It makes me laugh every time. What is up, degenerates? It's your boy Tokenomics, aka Dumble Dow Sancho, in the house. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Hope you had an amazing Mother's Day. And guys, I got a new project for you. Super duper pumped about this one. I'm so pumped about this one that I brought out the green cloak again. Yes, for those of you who are new around here, if this is your first video, when I get super pumped, when I'm extra hyped, I whip out the cloak. We turn on the green lights. I got the green light behind me. It's definitely time to party. So what is this project? What is this meme that you just saw? This is the project with the best memes, I gotta say, and it is the Plague NFT. Super duper cool project. I mean, I have absolutely fallen in love with it. It checks all the boxes, not just checks the boxes. Let's say you got like a scale of 1 to 10. All of the different options, it's a full 10. Like there's literally nothing like everything about this project I love. It's absolutely crazy. And yeah, even in this market, I think that this has a lot of potential. Now, obviously with the whole market stuff, that's a different discussion, and while we're on that topic, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. Don't be listening to any clowns on the internet, especially ones that dress up in cloaks to make your financial decisions. But yeah, like all the boxes, they're all there. The growth opportunity is fantastic. The roadmap is really, really good. Dev is honestly one of a kind from what I've seen. The community, also one of a kind. Entry price, very, very good. The vision, like, oh my gosh, it's like so good, so good. It's like it's perfect. It's amazing. Artwork, good. Like it's all freaking there. So let's just get into this. What is the Plague? So the Plague is a NFT project, and they started on Twitter. And their whole deal is basically they are giving opportunities to the small guys in the NFT space. And and I'm just giving you a backtrack a little bit. This is how you know this project is good. Like before we do anything, NFT projects generate all their hype before mint. 99% of projects don't do anything after the mint. Some do. I mean, it's kind of rare, but most of them just generate hype for the mint, and then that's it. After the mint, price goes up from 1 maybe 2 days. Then the hype is gone. They can't get more buyers in. Sellers start coming in. Not enough buyers are. Price tanks. Project just kind of dies out, and that's how it is. That's how 99% of the projects are. This one, it's a month after the mint, and it has more hype than ever. Like it is doing so well, and that's one of the things that I'm really, really excited about. And there's enough stuff coming up in the near future to I'm like, okay, I got to make a video for you guys. Let's do this. And on Twitter, yeah. So they started on Twitter. I've never seen anything like what's going on, and it's so crazy that one of my buddies just reached out. He's like, hey man, I got to get a Twitter following. How do I do it? And I was like, dude, just buy Plague PFP, man. This community is awesome. And I just posted this earlier. It's like, I'm shook by how many frogs are on Twitter right now. Even more shook it that they're all actively supporting one another. Easily the illest NFT community in the game right now. And this is what it is. Bunch of frogs, and they're rolling with the Pepe frog meme. And it's not the Pepe frog meme, but the Pepe vibe. And if you're familiar with how Pepe became a meme and what Pepe represents, I mean, that's a whole different thing. But actually, that's a really fun story too. I'd love to make a video about that later on. But Pepe, the whole deal is basically like, okay, there's a Bible verse. It's an Exodus where, God says when, you start, messing with the people so bad, I'm going to unleash a plague of frogs. The 7 plagues, right? One of them was going to be a plague of frogs into the land. They're going to fill up every corner and blah, blah, blah. They'll be like, it's just one of those. And that's exactly what they're doing here. They are giving opportunities to the guys, the smaller players in the space, the yous and the me's, and they are, shining a light on all of the corruption, on all of the scams, and they're just really trying to make the space better as a whole. Like this is what a project should be. And when you think about it, like the NFT space, or if you don't know this yet, there's 2 different worlds in the NFT spaces, like literally 2 different worlds. People talk about different things. It's really, really weird. But you've got the haves, and the haves are all, influencers, YouTubers, celebrities, scammers. I don't want to say that those are like part of the group or whatever, but these are the people that manipulate the space. The scammers who just make tons of money, dump on their community, and kind of repeat the process. And then you've got the have-nots who are all trying to help each other, who are all doing it the right way, who would never dump on people. Obviously everybody wants to sell, but they're not going to try to manipulate the market. And what happens is you've got this group of people with tons of resources and influence who pump up their bags so the have-nots can buy it and they sell. It's just this really dark kind of the space has gotten dark, to be 100% honest. It's gotten way overboard. It needs to be cleaned up. That's what the plague is for. That's right. And so but if you just go look at CoffeeZilla or Philion's YouTube channels, they're two of my favorite channels. They talk about all sorts of other stuff other than crypto, but lately it's been a lot of crypto and stuff. They basically expose scammers all across the internet, all sorts of different stuff, alpha male coaches and self-help coaches, all that stuff. But they've recently tapped into NFTs and crypto, and they do an unbelievable job at just showing how rigged the space is. And we don't need to get into all that, but what you got to know is most of the big projects are all influencer or just elite rackets where they have a ton of money and they can pump their bags and dump on you. That's basically the story. But so these guys here, so if you let's just pull up their chart here really quick. So if you go look at their launch, right, when I said that they have more hype now than ever, if you look at their chart and their activity, you're going to be confused. You're going to be like, what the heck is Sancho saying? He's an idiot. Well, this is an interesting mint. So they did their first one on April 8th. And as you can see, there's 11,000 different NFTs in this collection. On April 8th, they launched 1,300, and they were the OG frogs. So they are more valuable because they have an OG trait. So it's all one collection, but the OGs have like a special trait called the OG trait, and there were less of them. So there were only 1,300 people that got an OG frog, and they what am I trying to say? So then later on, you can see here on the 21st of April, about 2 weeks later, they did the rest of the collection, which is like the not as rare ones. So obviously the supply went up, and the supply that did go up was NFTs that aren't as valuable. So right here, you can see a big token price, but since then, the volume has spiked exponentially. And if you go look at the last 14 days, even though the market has been just bloody as all get out, they're still growing. So really awesome as far as just, the simple metrics that you can look at. But with this one, you really need to dig a little bit deeper to see exactly what's going on right here. There's just really so much. So let's just get into it. So this is what they do. They decentralize opportunity, which I love that, right? So they're trying to, and we'll get into how they do that here in a little bit, but instead of it just being NFTs are for whales to go to their little whale groups and, come up with some new scam for everybody else to buy into. This is an opportunity for everybody to get involved. And not only can you get involved with like buying your NFT, there's legit actual like real life opportunities that could come from this for the right people, which is cool. So they decentralize opportunity. They fight corruption, which is awesome. We'll kind of talk about what they're going to do with that, but it's been fun when they've found a couple of scam projects that they didn't like already and have completely ruined them. It's fun to see. And the memes that these guys make, just, I don't care who you are, you're not making better memes than these guys. So if there's a meme war, these guys are going to win just on sheer numbers. And like, I don't know why there'd be a meme war, but if there was like a community that believed in their project, but it was a total scam, and these guys come up and be like, hey, like, there's going to be some whatever, like, these guys are going to crush them. Not even close. They already have it. So, and then they build their brand. So lots going on there. So lot going on. You can go read their mediums. Their mediums explain a lot. And this is their founder right here, Apons Asinorum, and he's really good. Just go follow him on Twitter. He's in charge of their Twitter account. and he's so clever, he's so funny, and he's an unbelievable writer. Like so good. He's really good. He knows what's going on in the space. He knows how to communicate with people, and he really knows how to articulate his vision. And I think that's like the whole linchpin in all of this is him. Like he's done an unbelievable job with that. So you can go follow him on Twitter. I'll post him down below as well. So those are the things that they all do. And this is the frog tank. So this is kind of how they decentralize opportunity. So I'll let you guys go read this. But basically what it is, instead of it being like Shark Tank, it's a frog tank where people can pitch their ideas to the entire community, and then the community votes on whether or not they want to invest in that project. If the community thinks that this project is going to have, make money for the DAO, and then in return for holders, then the community could vote to invest in those different projects. So it's kind of like an incubator, but instead of just a few small people being able to make the decisions and benefit from it, everybody can benefit from it. So it's really just, when they say decentralizing opportunity, that's what they're doing. They've got the WAGMI report. So this is going to be a decentralized NFT news source that aggregates a lot of different news sources, but it's also put together by people in the community and edited by people in the community. So it's like they're just bringing it all together. They're decentralizing that information. So like no, like freaking, we've all seen them. Like just all the crypto. I think it's Telegraph. Telegraph is the one that's bad. And one of the main crypto chats is just like awful, or crypto like pages that just notorious for just pumping their own bags and fudding their competition. It's like it's crazy. So then they have their SIMP process, which is their scam identification and mitigation process. So there's a review. So they don't just want to send people to ruin a project just because someone got their feelings hurt. There's a decentralized community review. Then they vote on whether or not a project's a scam. If it is a scam, then they will act on it and go send memes all over their Twitter, raid them, and as active as this community is, you're not going to stop them. So that's what they do there. They've got strategic partnerships, so they're going to be doing gaming as well. And that's another thing I love about this project too. Like most NFTs and stuff, they lead with the game. For these guys, it was kind of like an afterthought. They were just like, okay, cool, we'll make a game, like sure. And this game, Ghost Town Showdown, is going to feature all of the frogs in the game, so that'll be cool. Then there's also Mega Weapon, and I don't know too much about these games, but the frogs will be playable in them. And they are also going to make their own games. There's going to be 3 games involved with it. I don't know if there's play to earn yet. We'll see. And so that's all that there. So then we've got this one here. So this is their kind of another medium that they had. So win token. So they're going to have a token as well. I would imagine we'll have some play to earn mechanics. I don't know. We'll see what it is. We don't exactly know what the token is going to do, but we're going to be told soon. And I think it's coming up soon. So this is a message that Pons posted earlier today. He said, tell your friends if they're thinking about buying into the Plague NFT and being an active frog, they better buy soon. Has nothing to do with the floor price. So I don't know what that means, but I would imagine there's going to be a snapshot, and then the people who are holding are going to get something, and it probably would be the token that they're launching. So who knows? We don't know exactly how the token's going to work, but you can earn passively and actively. So interesting. I guess passive would be staking. Active, they mentioned it down here in their channel, that brand builders will be token accumulators. So people who help build the brand and grow it will earn tokens. So the people who are the most invested will earn tokens. So I think that's pretty cool. Then there's going to be a burning function that goes into the frog tank. Voting, gaming, there's all sorts of stuff, and there's some top secret things. So they're saying that there's part of the plan that they can't release because they don't want competition to get in on it. So we'll see how all that goes. So this is what happens to people who are scammers. They get end gamed. So let's see here. They fight corruption. What else do we have? Once a frog, always a frog. That's another thing. not too important for this video. When DAO, so first quarter 2023, they'll have that ready, getting some legal stuff done. Long way since Frogger, talking about their games a little bit more. Charitable, yes, I really like this. So a lot of the projects, many projects do charitable things, but few, if any, focus on individuals. The Plague will use 150,000 from its army mint to help human beings around the world in need. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's a good chunk of what they made. And you can go see some of what they've done on the mint. They've talked about it in some of their Medium articles. Like, they're really touching stories, like way more than like, we will donate to whatever, just purple people in need, right? So I don't know. So there's all that. And then they've got the most recent article that they did, which was pretty cool. I really, really like this one. So it says all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. So then they got this meme here of the elite, and then all of the different frogs standing like just ready to go. And that's basically what they're talking about right here. I don't want to read this because, like reading Medium Art is lame, but it just really articulates very, very well how that exact idea, right? All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Like, this is a perfect example of, this lady saying equal rights without a mask, and then everyone else has a mask on. So these are all the frogs. That's another cool thing about this too. Like the frog, like the actual NFTs are so memeable. Like, there's just so many different variations, and that's why they can make such crazy memes. I mean, just look at this. So this is just a post that they did. This guy put it on a bottle here. This guy made this meme here. Like, there's so many just memes that the community is making. A lot of you guys were in here on Doge GF. Man, like, this is what I wanted Doge GF to be. This is what we all wanted Doge GF to be. Like, it's so good. Like, it's just absolutely the best as far as memes go. Like, they're just, the whole community is building them, and like, I'm pretty impressed with the meme talent overall. Like, it's good. So they'll just say things, right? So it's like, the system is rigged, blah, blah, blah. What does it say that they all do? Da, 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 da. It's just basically they talking about this. Just go read this. It just talks about all the ways that people get manipulated, but they're really just getting scammed at the same time. So frogs, in the eyes of the elites, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Don't misread what we say. We are not asking for equality of outcome, nor are we advocating for handouts to those among us who expect others to work while we reap the rewards. We, the frogs, are simply expecting equality of opportunity. And so, yeah, let me kind of even backtrack a little bit. When I was talking about, this is the craziest part about all this. I can't believe I left this till the very end, but oh well, if you stay till the end, you're going to see they are, they gained 30,000 followers on Twitter with no paid shills, no YouTubers. Like, you can go look this up on YouTube, and there were a couple of videos, and then the plague feature was super minor. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's very little as far as influencers talking about them, and that's because that's how the plague wanted it to be. They wanted it to be built by the people and the community, and not influencers who are just going to rug the community. And they just did that by growing, like, just on Twitter, just by like, hey, make noise with us and you'll get whitelists, like, we'll hook you up. And that's how they built this army of like meme lords, and they're just crushing it. So they want the equal opportunity. So that's what. Oh, and let me go back here too. So, like, when I say that there's like two different worlds of like the NFT space, there's the stuff that all the influencers are talking about as well. And like, you'll go to these groups, and it's kind of like all of the same chatter, right? Of like, if you go to alpha groups or you go on Twitter spaces, it's all kind of talking about the same projects, and it's all centralized information. A lot of these guys are just controlling the narrative that they speak about and the different projects that they shill out. And, it's because they're paid to do that, or they have some sort of vested interest in doing that. I was on one the other day where someone was like, hey, what's the plague? And the guys that were on it were like, we don't even know what the plague is. And I was like, why don't they know what the plague is? And I was like, oh, it's because like the plague is actually like doing what they say they're doing, and they're not out trying to network with these big wigs. They're actually like building stuff for the community, which is pretty cool, I think. So these are just JPEGs. So yeah, that's basically it. The plague is like a disease. It spreads quickly, and man, these guys have spread quickly. And like I said, if you guys just go get involved a little bit, on Twitter, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is nuts. And what's great about it being this nuts is it's late in the game is for most NFT projects, and for them to still have this type of hype is really, really exciting. So I'm going to put all the links down below. In fact, our DAO is going to be giving some of these away over the next couple of days. So I'm really excited for that. So I'll put the link down to our DAO Twitter below. It's called Dumble DAO. Don't want to show that too hard. This is about the frogs, but if you want more frogs, follow Dumble DAO, right? So yeah, it's just a really cool project. The vision is something that I think all of you guys can get behind. The community is something that I think all of you guys would love to be a part of. Go check it out. Go do your research. Links down below. Have an amazing day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Adios.